Doma Sports Talk worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now, heavyweight news. A little bit about Joseph Parker, former WBO champ, right? Former though. Got two losses on his resume now. Joseph Parker, people who don't know him as a boxer probably know him through his viral videos. And they're just like, well, why is that video so cool? Well, the video is probably cool because it's a real top class heavyweight boxer, a former champion, right? Having fun, while we got this lockdown. He's been doing videos, first he just danced in one video a little bit and then got good to him. I cringed at the second video. I was like, well, once you did one good video, that's good. That's good. Leave it alone. But he went back and he's messed around and done real videos way like Back to the Future parody where he's got 3 or 4 different parts he's playing and all kind of stuff and having fun with his family. These are nice videos, fun videos for people to break up the monotony, the anxiety, the things we're going through. You know what I mean? So it's pretty cool. But the coolest thing is it's going to raise his profile, and it's doing so already. A lot of casual fans that come in and see that he has a nice personality, and he's kind of funny and things like that, things that you didn't see when he was just boxing. And what's important for me, I'm kind of guy that roll with Joe, right? As a boxer, it's good for more people to come in because people are going to come in and all of a sudden now and be like, what, he fought Joshua? He fought Dillian White? And they're going to go back and look at those fights, those losses, and some of the things he's done when he's won, right? Because he has a very, very underrated resume, right? The guy's 27-2, was the champ. He's took some O's, right? He took Huey Fury's O in England. Huey Fury was undefeated. He took Andy Ruiz Jr.'s O to win the vacant WBO title, right? Now that's when people thought, well, he was at home. That's when he was at home. He got that decision in a close fight against Ruiz Jr., a motivated Ruiz Jr. He's got that from his last 16 fights, right? 13 of them against people with 3 losses or less. 3 losses or less in his last 16 fights, 13 of them, right? That's a lot of people on a pretty decent niveau. I'm going to give you one. Carlos Takam. He has a win over Carlos Takam, unanimous decision. And Carlos Takam in a good fight. I think Takam only had 1 loss at that time. Carlos Takam is a guy who got a draw against Mike Perez, right? Because Carlos Takam's a small guy. You saw him with his fight against Anthony Joshua. He's only about 6'1", right, from France. Bad dude. So Mike Perez was undefeated. They got a draw together. That's telling you what level he is. Because Mike Perez is a Cuban dude, and everybody knows he's pretty bad for the smaller guys in the heavyweight division. I think Mike Perez was cruiserweight, right? And came up too, right? Awesome fight between those two. Carlos Takam has a win over Tony Thompson. At the time of Tony Thompson. That Tony Thompson that beat Olenier Solis twice and beat David Price twice. That Tony Thompson, right? He has a win over him. So this guy, and he beat Michael Grant too. Michael Grant at least is 6'7", big old dude. We know that. So a guy 6'1" that beats Michael Grant can't be that bad. Yeah, he beat this Carlos Takam, right? And another thing I thought was pretty cool too, in his 7th fight. What's the 7th fight to fight Francois Botha? And we know Botha's a different, eras really. But in your 7th fight, you want to met somebody that's got that much experience. And both had lost about 7 times at the time. But for your 7th fight, it's not bad, right? It's the first champ from New Zealand, the Southern Hemisphere thing. First champion, real one. WBO counts now since about 25 years. No. So this is a guy who people need to pay attention to, right? And so with things like this, they're going to go out there. Now, the 2 losses, very controversial losses, both of them, right? Very controversial losses against Joshua. The guy wasn't letting him infight, really. He didn't look bad against Joshua. I think, it was a very close fight. I just watched it again up to round 8, right? Just close fight, not too much separation there, but we know that Joshua's at home, so Joseph Parker would have to do a little bit more. But, you're not looking bad in there. I didn't watch the whole fight again, but Joseph was real close in that fight. And the referee, who couldn't speak English, or very little English, let's put it like that, very little English from Italy, wouldn't let them get close to each other. So, you have something to complain about. And then you go fight Dillian White, who's also only had 1 loss. Joshua was undefeated. And you get a headbutt in round 2, right? And come back and make that fight extremely close with Dillian White wanting to quit that fight, right? And then you get headbutted and you're concussed, and then you get knocked down in your first time in your career. There's a lot of things he could have complained about in those fights, and Dillian White, every transgression you can have in boxing, pushing his head back, rabbit punching, low, whatever. Dillian White did everything he could, but it was under rough housing tactics, right? But the thing is, your boy Joseph Parker didn't complain much, right? There was no outrage. He didn't complain about either one of those fights, which I think he should have, because basically whatever for people to hone in on what really happened to him, he didn't, right? And people will have outrage. We've seen this. Manny Pacquiao lost to Jeff Horn. In my opinion, I watched the fight a couple of times. Manny Pacquiao lost to Jeff Horn. Round 9, Manny Pacquiao was, getting Jeff Horn round 9. Right? They wanted to give him a 10-8 round. Jeff Horn stood up. You don't give nobody 10-8 because they got beat up in the round. He did not fall. You give Jeff Horn props for not falling on that, during that onslaught. That's what you normally would do. But no, he wanted to give him a 10-8 round. Pacquiao did not beat Jeff Horn. It was outrage. Enough outrage where they had to go back and look at that fight again. The people went back and looked at it again and gave it to Jeff Horn again. People are still talking about Pacquiao. When it's outrage, it's going to be outrage, right? Your boy Andre Ward and Kovalev, the first fight. Kovalev was supposed to beat him. He was the bigger guy and all that menacing guy. I was worried about Andre Ward's life and stuff like that. Andre Ward neutralized the guy, got knocked down in round 2, came back and neutralized the guy, right, in a close fight. But it was enough outrage because they gave it to Ward that they had to fight immediately again. So Joseph Parker's fight was worthy of outrage with Dillian White or with Anthony Joshua. But it wasn't. Smooth talking, whatever, the better man won type of thing. That's how they're taking the high road. That's what Joseph Parker did. So when you see a person like that, I am very happy for him to be doing something like that, having fun with his family, and that the thing's going viral, because at least the people will realize that's a boxer, and they'll go back and look at the boxer and look some of the things that he's accomplished. I'm also happy that he's harassing Dillian White, because Dillian White has a tendency to harass others, and harassing Dillian White will make people go back and look at the fight, and then they will look at Joseph Parker. But if I was you, I would harass him too. You know what I mean? So very, very congratulations to Joseph Parker for at least doing something in the time of the lockdown and bring people in to realize who this is. You see him in the videos, he's having fun, but what you're going to realize is that guy having fun is very dangerous heavyweight and one of the better heavyweights we have. So check it out. Congratulations, JP. Dome Sports Talk worldwide. And I'm up out of here, y'all.